Matt Walsh is the host of the Matt Walsh Show. He joins us tonight. Matt, thanks so much for coming on. So you have to kind of wonder, to hear the sitting president, who's like the greatest, most inspirational, uniting president we've ever had, has announced he's running for re-election and nobody says anything? What is this?
Yeah, it's pretty scary. And, you know, of all the footage you can play of the president doddering around like a lobotomy patient, I think the thing that will live in infamy, the thing that encapsulates this presidency, is the footage from over the weekend on Easter at the Easter egg roll, where Joe Biden is being shuffled around, led around the White House lawn by a staffer dressed as the Easter Bunny. I mean, he's being led by the Easter Bunny. It's the most pathetic footage of a president I think we've ever seen. And that's only because we don't have footage of Joe Biden soiling himself in front of the Pope, allegedly. Although I guess on the plus side, you know, it means that somebody's in charge. Although it's just the Easter Bunny, I would have preferred Santa Claus, I suppose. The thing, though, is that for the Democrats, they're kind of in between a rock and a hard place, because they've got Joe Biden on one hand, and on the other hand, they have Kamala Harris. So if you send Joe Biden off, then you've got Kamala Harris, who, you know, is dumber than AOC, less likable than Hillary Clinton. So that's the situation they're dealing with, and I'm not really sure what they do about it.
Well, it is kind of their nightmare that this guy who they chose because they thought they could control him and no one would be threatened by him because he's so clearly out of it, decides that he's going to take his own course and disobey Barack Obama and Ron Klain. I'm going to run for president again. I mean, how worried are they? If he said that in public, what would they do?
Right, exactly. They have someone in there that they can't control. This is one of the reasons also, I just want to say, Tucker, that maybe if we have had our fill of this experiment with an Alzheimer's patient, we should consider, as American people, actually pushing for a change in the policy so that maybe there's an upper age limit on the presidency, so that maybe you have to run for president sometime before you become fully mummified. I think maybe 75 could be the cutoff, and that gives you 35 to 75. That's 40 years to become president. That's a pretty good chunk of time. And if you can't do it in 40 years, then just go home and play with your grandkids. One of the advantages of that, by the way, is that, you know, Joe Biden desperately has wanted to be president his entire life. He's been in the public, in public life, politics, his entire life. And someone who wants to be president that bad that they're even willing to put themselves through this at the age of 78, 79, that's all the more reason to not allow them to. So I think maybe at some point we should start calling for that.
So I wouldn't want to put a number on it because I'm not an ageist, but I do think pre-mummification is a totally fair and constitutional standard, and I'm with you, Matt Walsh, on that. So thank you.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, sometime before that, I think, is what could be required.
Just at some point before that. Matt Walsh, great to see you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.